Oh, all right, y'all. We are live on this beautiful Friday afternoon. Blessings to everybody in the name of Jesus, Yeshua, the Messiah. Even if you are not religious, I still pray you and your family are super blessed as Bitcoin is dumping, baby. Oh my goodness, it's horrible. Sell everything right now. Oh my goodness, sell the bottom because this is a huge warning. As the title of the video says, sorry if I'm a little bit out of breath. I'm just on a treadmill going 4 miles per hour with a 40-pound weighted vest on. But as the title of the video says, huge Bitcoin warning. It's a trap. $300,000 live trade. We're going to talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum, Sol, XRP, Cardano, all those good coins. So make sure to smash up the likes, baby, because we are live. And we are trading this juicy volatility right here. Gotta give a major shout out to the Casper Crew VIP Discord, because as you can see, guys, the short trade taken from the exact top here on Bitcoin, up right now, $17,000 unrealized profits, $8,000 realized profits was given in advance. So if you're in the Casper Crew at jasonstratham.com, you are ready for the exact top. Also, if you're in the Casper Crew, you are ready for the exact bottom. When we were ready and waiting for the big move to the upside. Of course, we're still long and we're still strong, baby. We got our long trades running up in here. Got to give a major shout out to BLOFIN, by the way, because BLOFIN is offering 20% cash back. Can you believe that? Man, they are doing us a good favor here. Also got to give a major shout out to ANTARCTIC Exchange, because they are giving us the best deal on fees, period. Alright, links in the pinned comment description. Also got to give a shout out to WEEX. Alright, WEEX right here, you can see we're coming on down toward my entry. And I'll be honest with you, I'm looking right now to compound this trade. I'm looking to add to it. We might add to it long. We might sing the pump song as we're adding to the long on the Bitcoin trade. In fact, what the heck, man? What? You know what? You know what? I'm feeling it, baby. I'm gonna add to this long right now. Let's go ahead and add some money to this long trade. All right. How much can we add here? 50 grand? We'll add about 50 grand to the trade. All right. 50 grand we're adding right now. Oof. We'll add a little bit more here. All right. Boom. We'll add a little bit more. All right. I don't even know how much more I can add on this. I barely have any money in this. There we go, baby. We are long in Bitcoin right from the bottom. Let's see if we can't get a little bit more in here. There we go, baby. We are long on Bitcoin right from the bottom live. So make sure to smash up the dang likes over on WEEX.com, over on MySpace and Facebook. Make sure to share. Looks like we're dumping back down. Looks like my trade's gonna get wrecked live on YouTube. Let's put our stop loss below the low here. Put our stop loss. Where even is this stop loss? Do I even have a stop loss? I don't even have. No stop loss. What is this? Oh my goodness, guys! I haven't been live in a while, so give me a break. All right, give me a break. Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar, because I need some dang energy. 103.5. We'll put our stop loss at 103.5. How about that? How about that? 103, 500, and we'll just, yeah. What the heck, man? Really? Is that true? Wait, hang on. This can't be right, man. Look. Hang on 1 second. See, this is the problem. This is the problem with not knowing how to use an exchange, guys. It's the problem with not knowing how to use an exchange. Alright? Oh. Yeah, that's about right. That's about right. That's about right! Alright, we gotta give a major shout out to everybody in the chat right now. Who we got in the chat? Shout out to Shanawana Genus. Shout out to Stas D. Shout out to Divine Hood. Shout out to Nick Flip. He says, Coach handing out cigarillos to the team. Come on, Puff, open up the airways. Shout out to Alex Y. Shout out to HFG. Shout out to Lightbot. He says, oh boy, it's raining. Shout out to Kid Sosa. Where do I even have my stop loss? Guys, there is no stop loss on the Jason Casper YouTube channel. Shout out to Crypto Crank. Shout out to Blue Mountain Fire. Shout out to Preparing for War. Now he wants some chocolate. Shout out to Crypto Coons. He says, get them lats. Shout out to Tribal Chief. Stop losses for losers. Seriously, man. Look, you can't lose if you don't close. As usual, guys, if we can get 1,000 likes within the first half hour of the stream, we will be giving away 1,000 USDT, baby. 1,000 USDT. As man, we are in some juicy positions right now. I'll be honest with you guys, we are in some juicy positions right now. Look at all these trades I've accumulated here over the last few weeks. All right, and we're gonna be going through the down and the dirty, and the down. All right, shout out to Green, shout out to Abhishek Varma, shout out to Raja Purshad and FitGenius618. This dump on Friday is crazy. Now, I did ask a question in the beginning of the stream in the poll. Let me flip my hat around this way, get a little bit more serious up in here. The question was asked, are we going to close the monthly candle above $110,000? Now, 60% say no. All right, 60% say no. But 40% say yes. Now, this is extremely important. Guys, this is so important right now. Bitcoin is doing some crazy things that we have not seen it do in quite some time. And we need to be prepared and aware. All right, I hope everybody has their pack of Depends at the desk, because we cannot leave the desk to go to the bathroom. As soon as we do, we will miss the move. Link in the description. You get 10% cash back on these Depends. Drink a small coffee, pee a large coffee, 10% extra in the dang diaper. All right? Yeah, official sponsor of the channel. Depends, baby. It depends. And speaking of depends, what's the Bitcoin price gonna do? It depends. Let's discuss. Let's talk about it, all right? Let's discuss and let's talk about it. Shout out to Trader Geo. Market Cipher B. 3-day. Looks like it's all over. Okay. All right, well, we need to discuss. Let's go to the 3-day. 3-day Market Cipher B. Oh, my goodness. She's Louise, Trader Geo. Trader Geo. All right, here's the deal. Here is the deal. Let's discuss what has happened, okay? First of all, let's start on the weekly. Let's do our due diligence. Let's start on the weekly. When in doubt, zoom it on out. Now, we've had a pattern ever since 2023, which is a big breakout of the week. When we break the local range, we have a big weekly candle breakout. Big and bold. Boom! Alright? We saw it happen back here in 2023. We saw it happen back here in 2023. We saw it happen back here in 2024. We saw it happen back here in 2024. Now we're coming up to the top of the range. And as we're breaking out, we were expecting the candle to close strong above the price of 109,880. That's what we wanted to see. Now, what's a little bit scary is the monthly chart. Why is the monthly chart a little bit scary? Because there's two levels here. We have our green box. This is our green box. We've had it on the chart ever since we made a new all-time high of 109,880. This green box, the top is the previous all-time high, January 2025, the Donald Trump victory rally pump. All right. The bottom of the box is the value area high of this macro range. So we've been saying now, ever since we came up here, we need to see a weekly or a monthly, or both preferably, close above our box. And if we do, we're very bullish. If we see a weekly or a monthly close below the green box, oh man, whew, all right, I get a little bit scared thinking about it. Now my therapist told me, Jason, when the price action scares you, take your plunger, put it to your face and do your deep breathing. Oh. Much calmer now. Shout out to my therapist for the tips. If we close the monthly or the weekly candle below this green box, we're back down into the range, which means it's more probable than not we come back down to backtest $97,000 at the point of control of the macro range. Alright? Now, I don't want that to happen. Trust me, I don't. I'd rather have Bitcoin pump up much higher so I could make more money. Alright? Just because I'm short doesn't mean I prefer the move down. I'm also a Bitcoin hodler. I also hold altcoins. Altcoins! Ethereum, Cardano, Solano. Alright, I want the big pump. Now, something else that's a little bit scary about what's been happening here since April is this. You know, we have the macrocosm. The macrocosm is this, right? In the macrocosm, every break that we have in the bull run going back 2 years, every range breaks out with a big bullish close. Now in the microcosm, all right, down here in the microcosm, ever since April, we see a pattern of pump, range, bull flag pump, range, bull flag pump, range, bull flag pump, and each time we are unable to make a lower low. We always make these higher lows, all right, which is actually the reason why in the Casper Crew VIP Discord, we gave the long trade setup live during the VIP New York Open live stream from one of those higher lows, took it live right down there from 102.5 because of how bullish it looked at those lows. And we have never once been able to come back down into a previous range. We are seeing a pattern break here on the microcosm. The pattern break. We are back down in the previous range, all right? This would have been like if the price came down back here, or if the price over here came down back here, or if the price over here came down back here. But the pattern is broken now. Now, I'm not saying it means we're going to dump, but we have to keep our eyes peeled like a dang banana. Peeled! The high carbohydrates. You ever take 2, 3, 4 bananas, a giant spoon of raw honey, and eat it all in less than a minute? I have. And I'm keeping my eyes peeled like all 4 of those bananas covered in raw honey and salt, sea salt. Redmond's, which is full of heavy metals, but I pretend like it's not to feel good about myself. I'm keeping my eyes peeled because we are seeing a change in the structure. Alright? And objectively speaking, to get Pacific, Atlantic, Indian Ocean, Arctic Ocean, all the oceans, if we are closing a weekly candle below the value area high, it's more probable than not we get a pullback. Now, where do we get the pullback to? Well, there's a few areas we need to be aware of. I'd say the most obvious area is coming back down to the bottom of the range here. Now, I'm not trying to be a bear. Keep in mind, guys, I'm the most bullish YouTuber on YouTube. Alright? I've been bullish on Bitcoin since the 80s. Bitcoin wasn't even a thing and I was telling people to buy. Alright? They spit in my face. But the thing is, if we are establishing a zone of support right here, right? We flip it into resistance. We get a big break. We come to the top of the range. We come back down inside of the range. The ultimate target is going to be back down to the low of the range. The historic support resistance flip. Which then could be very bullish. I mean, we could have the introverted head and shoulders. Right? He's an introvert. He has no friends in high school, no girlfriend, doesn't get invited to the parties. Works at McDonald's. He's covered in acne from all the French fry grease on his face. He takes all the money, invests into Bitcoin, 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, and now he's rich. Now all those hot chicks want to talk to him again. He's breaking out because he still works at McDonald's with the acne on his face. He got a bad acne breakout. But the thing is, when you're in your 30s and you're breaking out and you're rich, it's different than when you're a teenager in high school and you're breaking out. Now that could be a bullish thing coming back down to the range. But we gotta ask ourselves, would it be a good look for Bitcoin to continue in this range? Well, here's the thing, and I'm open to this. First of all, I am aware of a fake out scenario to trap people into being bearish and then pump again. Don't get me wrong, I'm absolutely aware of this and I will be looking for that. But I'm also aware of the fact that historically speaking, the summers have been bearish. And for me, May was a make it or break it month. Sell in May or walk away, turn around and now you're a trans non-carbon binary emission gender studies student. You know, like, or is it a sell in May or walk away? I mean, historically, that has been the case for Bitcoin. And I was hoping we would pump and really make a new all-time high, but so far it's not very convincing. Now, I want to take a look at what happened last year in 2024. 2024, what happens in May? May looks great. Looks very bullish. Looked great. It really did. I'm not even kidding. It looked very bullish. We had a bullish break. The introvert and head and shoulders. Those hot girls from high school, now they're fat and in their 30s with 3 kids and they're looking to mingle. They're hitting you up. Hey, Jay, man, remember me? No, I don't remember you. All right? I'm married and I got kids of my own and I have time for a girl like you. And what happened? We actually came back down to the bottom of the range, and it wasn't until the fall that we got bullish. All right? It wasn't until the fall that we got bullish. Now, where did we bounce from in the fall? August 5th. I remember it like it was yesterday, 3 days before my birthday. I was getting ready to celebrate turning 34. All right? I have to prepare every birthday as I get older and older and older. We came down and we bounced exactly from the high, January 2024, pretty much to the dollar of that old range. All right? Now, notice this. We front ran the previous range by a few bucks. We also left behind a double bottom and a poor low, which means there's some unfinished business down here, which means if we have a pattern continuation like we did in last summer, it wouldn't surprise me if we came all the way back down to revisit this and then pump again in the fall, right? May is a crucial month. If we're not making new all-time highs in May, like I said, I might have to get the plunger, put it on my face, honestly. So in my opinion right now, worst case scenario would be something like this. And then in the fall, we can make another all-time high. Now, worst case scenario is that we just made a double top and everything's over. Okay? Do I think that's the case? I don't. Contrary to what others may think, I personally don't think it's over yet for Bitcoin, because I personally just can't even fathom us not seeing altcoins hitting all-time highs. I cannot fathom ETH, Solana, Cardano, Avalanche, Chainlink not hitting the all-time highs, right? So I feel in my bones there's another big old pump coming, all right? So I personally don't think the high is in here, but if it is, man, I don't think it is, man. But it could be, but I don't think it is. But I really wanted to see that big close. Now we have some time. Let's not forget we have some time. And let's not forget the monthly green dot confirming in 1 day and 7 hours. This monthly green dot, this is what I'm hanging my hat on. All right, this is what I'm hanging my hat on. Okay? Man, that is what I'm hanging my hat on. Make sure to smash the likes. We got 1,400 people in the house, baby. And 50K? Could be, right? Look. Look. I'm just gonna show you guys. TP at 88K, 74, 50, 44, and 40 on the short. Just in case. This is my just in case short trade, guys. This is my just in case short right here. Just so you guys know. Alright, this is my just in case short trade here. Set up from the all-time high, given in the Casper Crew VIP Discord. I also told everybody I will short Bitcoin if we lose 109,880. I will short it as a hedge. Alright, so these are my just in case shorts. Alright? These are my just in case shorts. Alright, when Bitcoin's coming to the top of resistance, you know, with some bear days on a high time frame, you gotta take your just in case shorts. You know, you can't be wearing pants all the time, just in case. You know, you're gonna be in a hot situation where you might get some chafing on your inner thighs. You gotta put on those just in case shorts to prevent the chafing. Alright? But yeah, look, here's the deal. Like, let's just, I'm not saying the top is in, because I don't believe the top. The top's not in. Come on! The top's not in. But if it is in, okay, let's just do a little bit of a thought experiment here, okay? I don't think the top's in, but if it is, alright, let's just do a little thought experiment, alright? All-time index, Bitcoin. And then we'll talk about the monthly, then we'll talk about altcoins. All-time index, okay? I want to show you guys something. Every single market cycle, the Bitcoin price dips down to bottom out in between the 786 and the 886 Fibonacci. From low to high, every single bear market bottom, every single time, dips down in between the 786 and the 886 Fib. Every time, alright? From low to high, every single time. Now, notice something. Every time it happens, the dip gets more shallow. Right? Big dip, middle dip, shallow dip. Just dip the toe in. So following this pattern, if the top is in, where do we expect to come down to? We expect to front run the 786 by a little bit, which would take us right into the low 40s. Alright? Just front run that 786. Just a little bit. Alright? That's where, if, I'm not saying it's in, but if, you know, look, every single cycle, that is our bottom. So, look, here's the deal, guys. Bitcoin, if we come below 50K, I will start buying Bitcoin like a blithering idiot. I will sell my house, everything I own, sell a testicle on the black market. You know you can get 60 grand for that. A kidney? You need both kidneys, I think, but you could live with one testicle, honestly. Sell an armpit. You know, you don't really need those armpits. You just have a giant hole that goes through from the shoulder to the bottom. on the black market, using Bitcoin, of course, to buy more Bitcoin. You know, I'm just gonna sell my armpit right for the Bitcoin, because that's really where you would want to. That's where you would want to buy. All right. If the big word, the word that changes everybody's life. There's two words that move the whole world: if and they. They are behind everything. They know everything. They are right about everything and wrong about everything. And if, I'm telling you, man, if and they together can change your life. All right. Now, let's come back to the chart, because there's no need to get whimsical and fantasical. All right. Look, we still got some time here. We still got some time. And at the end of the day, before we get ultra bearish, all right, we do have to just recognize the basics, which is this: we're still in a bull run. We're still in an uptrend. This in and of itself is not even that bearish. It's just continuing to trade the range. It's actually pretty bullish, a bullish back test. Fibonacci golden pocket. Value area low, right? The only thing that would get very bearish is the same thing that we said ever since we were up here. All right, for me, the bull market would now definitely be over if we are closing candles back inside this range here. Not that range, hang on guys. But that POC looks juicy. If we're closing candles back below 70,000, now we are changing market structure big time of the macrocosm, right? That would be over. And then we come down here and we look for the lower high, and then we look for the bear market to actually come in. All right. Then we look for the bear market to actually come in. Just saying, honestly. All right. That would be our first major warning sign. But for now, no reason. All right, no reason. Now, here's the thing. I don't like to see the price back down below value area low. I do have to lean more bearish. If we close the month below 105.8, that is definitely more bearish than bullish. And we would look for basically us to take the liquidity. Our first target would be to take the liquidity at $100,600. And we also, if we pull our local fib, we have ourselves our golden pocket and our 786 right around this area. So our first actual support would be right around here, right? Which could give us a bounce, right? So we close the month below this level. I would expect to move down to the box. Let's say just like, it's a pretty big zone. It's like a $4,000 zone, right? It's a $4,000 zone here. But this is definitely a major support resistance flip where we look for the bounce. We lose the POC of the range, 97,000. Then we have to expect the golden pocket, the back test of the $88,000 to $90,000 level, right? Zone of support. But my line in the sand is being crossed. All right? As long as we were between the previous all-time high at 109,880 and the value area high of the range around 106K, as long as price was between these two levels, I've been saying it all week, this is very ambiguous. Like that person in Walmart late at night. You're there, you needed something done, marshmallows and toilet paper. Why? I don't know. You were trying to make s'mores with your kids and you promised them camping. You don't have the stuff. Now you're at Walmart, 2 a.m, you see a weird person. All right? Definitely riding a scooter, this person. You're like, hey, is that a boy or is that a guy or a girl? What do you think? You're like, let's wait and see what bathroom they go into. Right? As long as we're in the box, Bitcoin is that person in Walmart. You don't know what bathroom they're going to go into. But we start losing the box. We're like, now we know what the gender is. You know, I'm not going to tell you what gender the purple candles are. You know, I don't want to be racist here or homophobic or anything like that. But look, because, you know, the two words are interchangeable, right? But, you know, and we break above the box, bullish. So here we are. We close the week, we close the month, look down to our next box, baby. Look down to our next box, and this has implications for all the other altcoins. All right? For all the other altcoins. Make sure to like the stream. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to click the bell for liquidations. For notifications. Not for liquidations. Let's check on that. These trades we got. We're going to take a look also at ETH. Man. I don't want to look at ETH. I want to look at Sol. Sol's at support. Bitcoin is honestly losing support. But one more thing I do want to say about Bitcoin is this. Alright? One more thing I want to say about Bitcoin is this. Right now, I actually am quite interested in the potential of holding this for a bounce over the weekend to close our monthly candle at the new all-time high. Alright, this is the POC of the previous range. It's the local 786. Alright, be aware. Be aware. Be aware. Alright. Alright. Let's see. Shout out to Burkhem. 88888 Fibonacci, let's go. 102K must hold. Shout out to Divine Hood. He says, Jay, we really need to be careful. We could confirm a 3 drive of weekly bear dips with a triple drive of money flow bear dip too. Looks very bad in my opinion. Failed auction on the daily might be starting. Yeah, for sure. It might be. Right? If and they. Shout out to Bullish on Parade. A face only a mother could love. Yeah, that's me for sure. That's me for sure. Bear market is here, says Lakayaski. Maybe. Shout out to Sudeep. Shout out to Andrew3. Shout out to Spicy Noodle. Shout out to HFG. Shout out to Chris M. He says, Democrats don't have testicle days to sell. Yeah, maybe. Like, I don't know. I know some pretty manly Democrats. Like my 98-year-old grandfather. He's a Democrat. He's an old school Democrat. You know, which means me and him have a lot in common. You know, modern day libertarians and old school Democrats are pretty dang similar. But I was thinking to myself the other day, like, it's not very often I watch mainstream news, but when I do and I see the dudes on there, I really ask myself, has anybody ever, like, done a study to check the testosterone levels of people based on political persuasion? Because, like, I'm a social conservative. I'm definitely not a political conservative. I don't buy into the two-party false dichotomy. The left-right paradigm, two wings of the same bird to push the agenda forward using the Hegelian dialectic. I don't buy into that. But I honestly wonder, like, the dudes that want, like, socialism and all that kind of stuff, do they have lower testosterone? That keeps them from wanting to go out there and fight for themselves? You know? I wonder. I'd be curious. They're so soft. You know what I'm saying? You could... It's weird. You go on CNN, you hear a guy talk. It's like, dude, even if he's not gay, dude sounds gay. What's up with that, man? We gotta check that testosterone, baby. Gotta get those people to sleep 8 to 9 hours a night. Eat some whole foods. Lift some heavy weights. Get some steps in on the treadmill. You know what I'm saying? Gotta stay away from those GMO sausages, man. That soy oil squirting out of there, you know? Why did Kennedy change up? Cause, man, politics is all show, bro. It's all a show, bro. Shout out to Bernie, my man. What's going on, bro? God bless you, man. That's for sure. Political isn't just two wolves and a sheep deciding what's for dinner. Faux show. All politicians are trans, non-carbon, binary emission. Maybe, bro, you know, you hear those rumors. Who the heck even knows? All right, let's check out, quickly check out the, let's take a look at Ethereum. All right, we'll take a look at ETH. Oh man. Oh man, oh man. ETH, why you gotta do this to me? I've made my mistakes. But here's the deal, guys. All right, ETH. We were looking at ETH. I know you guys can't see it. Give me 1 second here to pull it up on the dang chart. All right. ETH. Okay, so here's the deal. We were saying if we reclaim 2,700, we get sucked up to 4,000. Sadly, we have seen a chickens drinking water pattern, aka a swing failure pattern of the highs. And we do have some not so great looking divergences here on our daily time frame, on our 6 hour time frame, and we're back inside the range. And Bitcoin's starting to pull back. Now I was saying for ETH, if Bitcoin closes that candle above the previous all-time high, we expect a big pump. All right, we expect a big pump. But Bitcoin starts closing below the value area high of previous range, we expect a pullback. Now for ETH, 2,500 is going to be our local support in the event of a pullback. Just trade the sideways range. All right, the sideways range is this. We come down right to here. All right. That's where we would look for our next support. But if we're not going to hold the bull flag, and if we start to lose this, we have to acknowledge the fact that we're most likely going to come back down to 2,000. If Bitcoin's coming down to 97, we would expect ETH to come back down to 2,000, where we have this very key green box. All right, very key green box. Is the bear market resistance, the bull market support, and we would look for our higher low like this. All right, inverted head and shoulder. Living on a prayer, baby. Honestly, living on a prayer. But that's what we would look for if Bitcoin's getting pulled back to 97. I would love to see ETH close above 2,700. The problem right now with all this whole thing is that what we needed to happen pretty quick. We really needed to see ETH come back in here. All right, we really needed to see that. The fact that we're rejecting from here now is not a good look, considering the fact that we put in a chickens drinking water swing failure pattern of the high, and we've now made a lower low, and now we're coming back to the value area low of the range and unable to get in. That's not a good look. That's really not a good look. So if Bitcoin, if ETH starts losing 2,000, I get very concerned for my own portfolio. I have to be honest with you. Do I think that's going to happen? I think Bitcoin's going to lead the way. And as I said before, I don't think that the high is in for Bitcoin. And it's preposterous to me to think that ETH is not going to hit an all-time high this cycle. That is crazy to me. That really is crazy to me, right? And I hope that I'm right, because I am very well invested in ETH. All right. But what about Sol? We'll take a look at Sol. Now I hopped in a little Sol scalp long right before the stream started here, because we came down to one of my levels. I got an alert, and I decided, you know what? Let me take a little scalp on Sol. So I took a little scalp on Sol right here. Let's see. You know what? Here's the thing, guys. I have to pee so bad right now. I'm gonna pee. If by the time I get back we have 1,000 likes, we'll do a giveaway. All right. If by the time I get back we have 1,000 likes, we will do a giveaway. All right. All right. Deal? Deal? All right. Deal. right, we back, baby. We're back, and let's see. Did we get the, No, we didn't. Surprising. Just kidding, I'm not really surprised. Should you short Bitcoin, Danny Flores? It depends, bro. It depends. What's your plan for the short? Like, honestly, like, are you hedging longs? Are you hedging a portfolio? Do you have your risk management in place? Maybe. Maybe. I can't tell you what to do. I mean, you know, here's the thing. We'll know in a few months if you should have shorted Bitcoin or not. Right? But we are losing value area high range. And the technical target is going to be back down below 90K. Alright? So, that would look like something like this. Alright? That would look something like this. It's not the best. It's a 2-to-1 risk reward. It's really not the best. You know? But if you think the bull market's over, and you think we're going to 50, then you can, yeah, why not? Right? That's why I say it depends. Look, if you want to learn how to trade, check out the free trading course. Alright? It's an 18-part series here. 18-part series. Let me move myself out of the way. Right over here, guys. 18-part free course. Alright, check it out. Alright, there's your instructor. You can tell it's the most professional course you'll see here on YouTube. But yeah, 18-part course. Check it out. Alright? It'll teach you all that you need to know about whether or not you should take the trade. Asking a YouTuber, should I take a trade? What you should do is check out the free course. Alright? And if you want a great trading community, check out the Casper Crew VIP Discord, where we gave the short setup well in advance from the exact high, before the high was in. Or where we gave the long trade from $86,000 because we were prepared for the big move up to 105, potentially new all-time highs. Alright, how's this long doing? Long from the exact bottom, baby. Look at that. Talk about an entry. Talk about an entry. Alright. Can we check the order flow? Yeah, let's check the order flow. Let's check the order flow. Oof. Oof. Man. Okay, so here's the deal. Let's zoom out a little bit here. Okay, so the good news is that from the lows that we have around $100,000 to our current area, we do see some pretty bullish CVD. I mean, honestly, we see some pretty bullish CVD this whole way up here. That's good, right? We've seen a lot of people shorting here getting wrecked. Let's go down very local. This move to the downside, this last big drop here, was basically a long squeeze. We saw some bearish CVD, pretty bearish CVD forming here earlier today. As we consolidated along VWAP, we saw a lot of longs being absorbed. And so this right here is just a long squeeze. All right, a long squeeze. Right now, all the longs are out of the market. Every long that opened up today is out of the market right now. And a lot of shorts have taken profit as well. So I'd say it's a pretty flat market right now. There's no real money on one side or the other locally here. Everyone's out, right? We've had a big flush of open interest. We're pretty much not quite down to where we started for the day, but pretty close. And we're heading into a weekend. All right, heading into a weekend. Let's check out Sol. All right, Sol right now is in a little bit of a pattern here. Not a pattern. I don't know what would you call this for Sol? It's a range. It's the same as ETH. We're rejecting from value area high. We're coming back down toward the range. All right. We're currently right now getting a little bit of a bounce from the local golden pocket, from the last swing low to the high. But having rejected from the top of the range here at 185, the technical target is going to be down at 125, where we have our value area low, confluence with our Fibonacci golden pocket, right? So Sol right now could get a bounce from this support resistance flip. There's our first level. We're currently getting a little bit of a bounce. But if we lose this, 145 is our target, and then 125 is our target. And we'd hope for something like this to happen, because I do have to say that the high time frames still, to me, the market structure and everything, it still does look pretty bullish to me. It still does look pretty bullish to me. I ain't gonna lie. Right, we have hidden bullish divergences here. So, the trend is your friend until the end. Weekend will pump. I hope so, because we need that monthly close. What happened to Obama? I don't know. YouTube really says Obama's unpopular. I mean, Obama's not unpopular for me. He loves me.
Jason Casper, let me tell you, that man is something else. A true warrior for change. He's the first ever trans non-carbon binary emission gender standards major to ever reach 200,000 subscribers on YouTube. Jason Casper.
And Obama's not the only one who loves me. You know who else loves me? Good old Donald Trump.
Make sure to like and subscribe to Jason Casper. He's the best YouTube trader in the world. He's getting huge. Shout out to the Casper crew.
Shout out to the Casper crew, baby. Shout out to everybody in the chat. God bless everybody. Guys, make sure to like, subscribe, and click the bell. We got 1,300, 1,400 people in here, only 700 likes. Trump is talking right now. I see. Is Trump talking? Let's see if Trump's talking. Yeah, he's talking, I think. Let's check it out here.
Department of Education, $101 million. That was just a small section of the Department of Education. $59 million for illegal alien hotel rooms in New York City. And the landlord never made the kind of money that he made in the last short period of time. $59 million to a hotel in New York City. $45 million for diversity, equity, and inclusion scholarships in Burma. In Burma. Does anyone know about Burma? $42 million for social and behavioral change in Uganda. $40 million to improve the social and economic inclusion of sedentary migrants. I can say it's $2 billion to Stacey Abrams and her environmental movement. There was $100 in the account, and all of a sudden they found $2 billion in the account. And I assume that's being looked at. I don't know. I'm not sure, but I assume that's being looked at. Think of that, $2 billion. And then Lee will tell you there's another one over there for $20 billion being spent on another environmental.
It's fake. Is it fake?
$100, and now all of a sudden she gets hit with an infusion of $2 billion just before I take office. $20 million for Arab Sesame Street in the Middle East. Nobody knows what that's all about. Nobody's been able to.
Is this old or new? I don't even know. I don't know. Alright, it's not live. It's not live, it's fake. Dang it. It's impossible to know what's real anymore. It's so hard. It's so hard. Shout out to our super chat. We have 3. No time for space. Look at the USDT market cap. This is not the top. Nice. We were just looking at that the other day, saying it looks like the top is near, but it's not quite in yet. Shout out to Josh. Can we look at DOT? Yeah, we'll take a look at DOT. All right. Alright, so here's the deal with DOT. Alright, here's the deal with DOT. I'm just going to say it how it is. This is the deal. Now, a lot of people say that DOT can never reach all-time highs again because of the tokenomics, and to be honest, I've never looked into it. They could be right, so do your own research. But we are at support, we have bullish divergences, we are at the lows. October 2020 lows, October 2023 lows, last year lows, bullish divergences, bottom of the range. It looks like a great opportunity for me on DOT, I'll be honest with you. Could we look at Tashi? Yeah, we'll look at Tashi. I don't remember last time we looked at Tashi. I guess it was March. And I guess we were looking for a reclaim of this line here for a move back up to the highs. Let's remove this. Let's put on our oscillator. Nothing. Daily time frame. A little bit of bull dip here. What can we say about Tashi? Well, the only thing we can say about it is this. We are breaking out of this kind of trend line here. Let's put it back on log scale. We do have a pretty interesting breakout and a bullish change of market structure here. I don't necessarily love the low, but the market structure is bullish. Let's check out the volume. Ugh. Man, not good at all. Okay, so we obviously can tell that our key support is going to be here. And that must hold for this trend to continue, right? That must hold for the trend to continue. High volume node, Fibonacci, golden pocket, 786. Money flow getting higher. That's what must hold on Toshi. Satoshi Nakamoto. Satoshi Nakamoto. Here we go. Solana getting a little bit of a pump here locally. Alright, let's see. So you're going to hit a little TP on our soul scalp here. How's our Bitcoin long from the exact bottom? Pretty good. Look at that. Bitcoin long from the exact bottom. Here we go, baby. Come on, Bitcoin. Come on, baby. Come on, Solana. Come on, Sol. Come on, Bitcoin. Sol and Bitcoin, come on. Come on. Alright guys, I've been walking for over an hour with a weighted vest on my chest. It's time to take that off, man. Come on, baby. Come on. Let's pump. Let's pump. Are we gonna pump? We gonna dump? Or are we gonna pump? What do you guys think in the chat? Do you think we're gonna dump or pump? What do you think? Can we do the pump song? Yeah, why not? 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 Well, why not? Why not? Alright, the pump song. Guaranteed to pump the price every single time. Sometimes it has a delayed effect. Let's see if we can hear our take profit with the pump song. We're about to hit the take profit. Yeah! Here we go, baby. We're gonna dump, no we're gonna pump. We're gonna dump, no we're gonna pump. We're gonna dump, no we're gonna pump. Pump the Bitcoin, baby, let's go. We're gonna dump, no we're gonna pump. We're gonna dump, no we're gonna pump. We're gonna dump, no we're gonna pump. Pump the Bitcoin, baby, let's go. Let's go! Yeah! We're gonna pump! We're gonna pump! We're gonna pump! We're gonna pump! Alright. Let's go to a lower time frame. We're gonna dump! No, we're gonna pump! We're gonna dump! No, we're gonna pump! We're gonna dump! No, we're gonna pump! Pump the Bitcoin, baby, let's go! We're gonna dump, yeah, we're gonna dump! We're gonna dump, yeah, we're gonna dump! We're gonna dump, yeah, we're gonna dump! Pump the Bitcoin, baby, let's go! Alright, remember that sometimes it has a delayed effect, guys. Remember that sometimes it has a delayed effect. Where's the stop loss? There is no stop loss! There is no stop loss! We're pumping it up, baby. 100x. Full account. New all-time high, baby. Let's do it. Turns out Trump is speaking. All right. Trump is speaking. Wow. We're gonna dump, no we're gonna pump. We're gonna dump, no we're gonna pump. Now, here we go. I told you. I told you. Man, I told you. Look at that blue candle. Look at that juicy blue. The juicy blue. That's how she do. The juicy blue. Let's see here. The juicy blue. The juicy blue. The juicy blue. The juicy blue. Yeah. Hey yo, J Casper, we got the juicy blue. Sit back, relax, I'ma take it to school. Don't you know we got the free trading course on my YouTube channel? Oh yes, of course, AJ, here we go. I'm trading every day, coming to the treadmill cause you know that's the way. About to hit the next take profit, AA, then we blast the resistance. I ain't gay, I'm mad straight. Don't frustrate the way that we trade every single day plate. We got the food, eating chicken, eating vegetables. Bitcoin about to come down with the bears and the bulls. In the boat, in the front, in the hole, through the water downtown, then we get real slow, cause you know, the price action down below, we got the WEEX, and then we take it to the toe, ayy, gotta give a major shout out to BLOFIN, this is where you could even get your trades in, about to hit the take profit run it, hopefully you don't listen to J spit, don't trip, the treadmill, you're going uphill, hopefully your cup of coffee don't spill. Got the Depends, diapers, and I will take another trade when we come to fill the TP between you and me. BLOFIN is the base place to take trades, cause they got the 20% cash back, $500 future bonus. What you think about that? Plus, if you click the link in the description, don't you know you could even begin to get the prizes, and you could win a Tesla Model 3, looking like a double chin, so fat the prize got the bag. Hopefully you're not out here in the rags, coming to the treadmill, you know we making bags, taking profits every single day. Look at the fat hags outside with the bags and the rags with the jags. Don't know what I'm saying, you know I'm only lagging, back behind my map, blabbing, cause I'm sitting out here like Bilbo Baggins, coming back to the trades, hitting my take profit in pain. Come on, BLOFIN, you're gonna do that to me? Come to the TP, reject me. Can't believe it, I should've made the money. Ayo, BLOFIN, this isn't even funny. I'm trying to give you a shout out in a rap, then you miss my take profit. What I think about that? This is whack. Come on, man. Trying to make the money with the wingspan. Coming up to the 15972. Bitcoin purple candles are about to turn blue. Then we fill in the single prints. Out here, bad breath, gotta eat some mints. Cause I'm looking like my friend named Clint. We went to the diner and then we start to sprint to burn off the calories. Hit my take profit, baby, please, please. Jeez, man. This is nuts. Oh, there we go. Alright, we hit the take profit. We hit the take profit. We hit the dang take profit. That's what's up. Alright? Nice, nice. Nice. Woo. Is it hot in here? It's hot in here. Or is it just me? It is a little hot in here. Alright, here we go, baby. Let's check out that Bitcoin. Did we hit the take profit? No. But we're close. But we are close. Alright, we are close. We are close. Cool, cool. Alright, let's see what happens with this. I think we're going to hit that take profit here. We just hit it. We just smashed it, baby. We just smashed our TP. That's what's up. We just smashed our TP! That's what's up. Alright, here we go. What do you guys think about this Bitcoin long? Irresponsible? Is this long irresponsible? Let's take a poll. Let's take a poll. Why so serious? I guess because it's late in the afternoon and I'm super sweaty and I've been walking on a treadmill pretty fast with a 40-pound weighted vest for over an hour after already doing a whole bunch of stuff today. So I'm a little bit tired and I don't really have any other TA to talk about here. I'm just waiting to see if Bitcoin's gonna pump. You know? And I'm waiting to see what you guys say about the trade. Is it dumb? Or is it not? At what point do I take a long on Sol? I did take a long on Sol. Took a long on Sol from right here. It's the first long I've taken in a while. I haven't taken very many trades lately, but I came down to my level and I said, you know what? I'm about to go live. Let me take a ninja scalp on Sol. So I'm in a little scalp here. It's just a little scalp, guys. I'm a 12-minute close above Frankie 76. Oh, he pulled the local 786? Is that what he was looking at? He was looking at that local 786? Interesting. What about XRP? XRP is going to follow everything else. What do I think about Avalanche, Mr. Moon? I love Avalanche. I hold a bunch. I'm bullish, baby. Shout out to Josh Corbin. H-bar. You want to look at H-bar? Alright, we'll look at H-bar. Thanks for the super chat. H bar. Here's what I think about H bar. I think it looks bullish. I do. We have a really nice bull div, a change of market structure, a higher low, a trigger wave, more change of market structure, and I think this green box here is going to be our very important level. I don't know why I have the green box here. I must have had a reason for it. Oh, it's the value area high. Yeah, so looking pretty nice. If we hold this as a support, let's pull our fib. Was this a fib level? Yeah, the 786 and the 886. Yeah, that would be a place that we would really want to hold for H bar, man. Shout out to Brem Slaw Jansky. Got the exact bottom on H bar. That's what's up, bro. Why am I bullish when short term looks very bearish? I'm talking like high time frame. I'm still bullish. But look, guys. I mean, hey, short from 111,893. All right. I'm in 2 Bitcoin shorts right now. Okay. But this Sol trade is a scalp long, and this Bitcoin trade is honestly just for fun. You guys saw me pile into this one in the beginning of the stream live, baby. Alright. Alright. What's the first TP for a Bitcoin long? I mean, mine is 115K, baby. If you're long on Bitcoin from here, though, I mean, the first responsible long is like 106. 106.6, basically the value area high. Just take out this liquidity right here, grab these highs, and then backtest 106.5-ish. But for me, I'm just gonna hodl this thing and hope we hit the moon. Hope we hit the moon, baby. Hope we hit the moon. Shout out to Andrew. As a guy who bought a few SO under 10, would you hold or take some profits? Under 10, bro? I would take some profits. I would take some profits. That's a crazy gain. But look, you have to have a plan for whatever you're doing, man. You gotta have a plan. So you bought at the bottom, 2022. That was excellent. I mean, bro, you're up right now like 1,800%. You gotta take some profits. Like, you cannot lose if you take some profits after an 1,800% move. Come on, man. Come on. Right? Look, I took profits on Bitcoin at 80K. I took profits at 60K. Buying under 20. Like, but you gotta do you, man. Like, that's the thing. Like, look, that's why it's so important to have a plan and a goal for whatever trade or investment you're taking, because if you don't have a real world goal of like, I want to build a barn and like put electricity in the barn and like put plumbing into the barn for my cows so I can have raw milk and meat for the rest of my life on my farm. If you don't have a goal like that, then it's just a number. Money's just a number. And what's weird about money is you always feel like good when you have a big number of money, but the reality is the number of money isn't really what's going to make your life better. It's the things that you can do with that money, right? So if you have things you want to do with the money, then take the profits. If you don't, I can't really tell you then. If you're just trying to like hold it for some ambiguous non-goal, I'd say that's a little bit dangerous. You know, unless your goal is to hold it so you can retire on Solana, you're one of those. I don't know, like I'm the kind of person that only like views Bitcoin as that kind of asset. Like I have a Bitcoin retirement fund. I'm never going to sell that Bitcoin until like I need to sell it in order to like live, because I'm old and I don't want to do anything anymore. But yeah, you got to come up with that plan yourself, man. Shout out to Camille Wahlberg, raw milk. That's what's up, right? I'm a big fan of the raw dairy. Consume quite a bit of raw dairy. You know, very dangerous. I do a lot of dangerous things. Get a lot of sun without sunscreen. Eat raw dairy, very dangerous. Eat non-pasteurized eggs. Crack open the dang egg with the poop stuck to the shell. Right into the dang pan. Eat the egg yolk raw. I'll tell you, man, I live a dangerous life. Super dang dangerous. But shout out to Clay the Great. Yeah, for sure, bro, for sure. Cat milk? Ugh, sounds horrible. I can't imagine drinking milk from a cat's udder. That's utterly gross. Utterly disgusting. Utterly disgusting. Shout out to Camille Wahlberg. Is there still a chance for Sol to retest the all-time high? I think yes. I mean, look, I can't say for certain, and that's the problem. If you're 1,800% in profit, man, you can't know for certain. So why not just put yourself in a win-win situation? I mean, because you don't know, why not just take some profit so you made a lot of money, and then if it keeps pumping, you make even more? I mean, don't get greedy here. You're up 1,800%, man. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, there's a chance, of course. In fact, I'm looking for Sol to make new all-time highs. But is it guaranteed? No. I mean, go back and watch the beginning of the stream where we talk about if the top's in, then everything's going down, all right? But if the top's not in, Sol is going to hit a new all-time high, for sure. And I hope it does, because I have a lot of Sol as well. But I'm going to sell at all-time highs. I mean, that's my plan, to sell at all-time highs. But when did I get into Sol? I don't think I got in near the bottom. I got in around November 2022. So I got in above $10. I got in around 15 bucks, I think. I think I got in around 15 bucks or so. My personal plan is to not sell any Sol until we're at new all-time highs. And I did not sell at that wick at 292. I'm hodling. That's my plan. That's my plan. You've heard of $1,000 Sol? Well, maybe, but I wouldn't hold out for it this year. Come on. All right, shout out to Andrew Harlan. God bless you, man. All right, guys, I got to head out, man. It's been a good stream. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. God bless everybody in Jesus' name, even if you're not religious. I pray the Lord bless you and your family. I pray the Lord protect us all and have mercy and favor on us all and draw us all closer and closer to himself. In Jesus' name, in Yeshua's name. And I'll see you guys next week. Peace.